It's the best time of the year.
Hey everybody, this is 22 Tiger Dude and I'm here to review First Blood, but I personally like to call it Rambo First Blood. So Rambo First Blood stars Sylvester Stallone. It's about when John Rambo himself, he goes into this small town and this cop named Weasel takes him in and arrests him for no apparent reason. All the cops abuse Rambo and it brings back Rambo horrible flashbacks of when he's in Vietnam being tortured and all that. So then Rambo runs out of jail, the cops are all after him. So for the entire movie you have Rambo versus a whole bunch of cops. And that's really your story right there, because that's all this film really is. So before I do get into my thoughts for Rambo First Blood, or First Blood, whatever you want to really call it, my guest star Adam Haskell is going to review it. So Adam, take it away.
Thank you, 22 Tiger Dude, for letting me be part of another Christmas movie review. And this Christmas movie review is going to be for Rambo First Blood. I'd call it Rambo First Blood. So Rambo First Blood is the first Rambo movie out of 4 in the franchise. And this one is by far my favorite in the franchise. This is technically a Christmas movie. It goes around in Christmas time. It's not technically a lot of Christmas stuff going on in it, but it's in the Christmas time. I'm just going to say, the acting, straight up, it's not the best acting. I mean, it's pretty cheesy. It's over the top, but it's Sylvester Stallone. It's the 80s Sylvester Stallone. Of course, over the top, and it is awesome. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone, Bruce Willis, all 80s over-the-top action stars. They were all these over-the-top movies. So yeah, the acting's obviously definitely not that great in this film, but it's not bad either. It's good. It's good enough. It's good for the 80s action genre. It was crazy over the top, very over the top movie. It's not a great movie, however, but it is a movie I do love. It's action packed. The action, it's actually not that well. It's actually not that. I mean, it's actually not that bad. The action's actually pretty decent here for 80s, and I think it looks pretty nice. The set's awesome. It's not technically really a quality movie, but it's still a fun movie. It's fun. It's great action. It's nice and violent, bloody fun. Great Rambo's an 80s icon. He has this cool knife he always has with him. So yeah, it's a fun movie. It's a cool movie. It's pretty awesome. Rambo is awesome. I really do enjoy this movie. It's a fun one. It's great 80s action cheese. It's not a movie I really watch during Christmas time, though, however, because it doesn't really give you that Christmas cheer. It's just kind of like Christmas is going on, but like it's not really that much Christmas stuff in it. But it's just like you still can call it a Christmas movie, because it is. So Rambo First Blood, I'm going to give Rambo First Blood a 3 out of 5. It's good 80s action cheese. I just feel like it's not a great movie by any means, but it's still a fun one.
Thank you so much, Adam, for reviewing Rambo First Blood. So, First Blood, in my opinion, is an awesome 80s action flick. Sylvester Stallone really does such a fantastic job as John Rambo. He doesn't really speak much, not really until the second half of the movie is where he speaks more dialogue, but you could just tell by his facial expressions what this character is feeling, and you get to see a little bit of what's happened to him in Vietnam. It just makes you feel so sorry for the character, and the fact that you have these asshole cops, mainly the cop named Weasel. It's all like, how could they just be so cruel to him? So it's nice to see Rambo just take on with these cops. Rambo is an awesome 80s action flick, not only for the amount of violence and over-the-top action it has, because the action is really over the top, but it's actually how much depth that the character Rambo himself had. Even in the finale of this movie, without going into details, Sylvester Stallone gave a very, very powerful performance at the end of the movie, because that's when he's basically revealing everything that he's feeling, everything that he has gone through, and as you're following this character, you're all like, wow. And the thing about Rambo that's interesting is that he's neither a bad guy nor a hero. He's just doing what he needed to do in order to survive. survive, because that's all he was doing. He was trying to survive. He was getting away from these cops. The writing in the storyline is overall very fantastic. It's very well thought out. It's very well written. The cinematography looks absolutely incredible. You also have very great music put into this movie to fit the action and the overall tone of the action scenes. How they're filmed looked very great. You have a lot of these wide shots and you're following the action. I mean, there's a shot where you see Rambo just holding onto the cliff and then you see a helicopter there. Like, just how they make interesting wide shots like that really blows my mind. The camera was never shaky. It was always still to get you very immersed into the action, and that's exactly what it did for me as I was watching First Blood. Not only is it like a very over-the-top movie, but it's definitely very dark. It's definitely very intense and gritty. Rambo is definitely the definition of an awesome 80s action film. Not only awesome just because of the action, but it's because of the overall storytelling, how it was written. As for the other actors, I thought all the other actors were really good. I mean, the actor who played the Cock Weasel, you know, the character was a huge asshole, but he did a really good job here. The actor who played the sergeant that trained Rambo, he did a really good job here as well. And all the other acting, you know, the characters are just there just to kind of go after Rambo, but they even did a really good job. Rambo First Blood is definitely one of the best movies from Sylvester Stallone. First Blood gets my perfect 4 out of 4-star rating. I love this movie. I think it's an absolutely fantastic film. First Blood is the definition of just pure fucking awesomeness, in my opinion. In the comments down below, let me know, what did you think of First Blood? Or as I personally just like to call it, Rambo First Blood. I also want to give a special thank you to Adam Haskell for reviewing this movie. Please check him out. He's a very awesome guy. I will leave a link in the description below. This is 22 Tiger Dude, and don't forget that I will always have Tiger Power!